We begin tonight with breaking news. Any minute now, we're expecting an update on the disappearance of this woman and her two daughters. Shanann, Celeste, and Bella Watts have been missing for 2 days now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tom Mustin.
I'm Teresa Marchetta. We spoke to Shanann Watts' husband yesterday, an interview that has been watched more than 100,000 times so far. Listen.
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that. But I just want them back. I just want them to come back, and if they're not safe right now, that's what's tearing me apart.
Our team coverage of this case continues right now with Jacqueline Allen, who is live in Frederick, not far from where Shanann and the kids disappeared. Jacqueline?
We are at the entrance of their neighborhood right now, and police had been doing a checkpoint all afternoon. A couple of them here in their neighborhoods. They just closed those checkpoints down. They were handing out these flyers with pictures of Shanann and her two little girls, talking to people, trying to get some answers. Take a look at this video of the checkpoints that we shot. They just closed down just in the last 5 minutes, right before we're expecting this update to be made. Now, earlier this afternoon, police said there's a lot at stake here. We were exploring all avenues. We don't want to rule anything out, but they said that there was no threat to the public. Now, this was interesting. They did say what they stressed in that press conference was, we need your help. And looking at these checkpoints as a very visible example that police are trying to get answers from neighbors, from friends, from anyone who might have seen anything. Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski has been following this story all day today, talking to family, friends, and neighbors. And Jen, they tell you they all want the same thing.
Exactly, Jacqueline. They all want them to come home safe. Now, the Frederick Police Department says they are working around the clock on this case. Now, they say that they are aware of what has been out there and that federal agents and the CBI have now joined this search to help them in their investigation. Now, they know that there is a lot at stake and say they are doing everything they can to bring this pregnant mother and her two little girls home safe. Now, take a look at this video. This is what it looks like out in the neighborhood earlier this morning as detectives spent the morning canvassing the neighborhood. A newer community called Windham Hill. It's just west of I-25 on Highway 52 in Frederick. Officers spent time talking to neighbors face to face, searching for any clues as to why Shanann Watts and her two daughters, Cece and Bella, disappeared. In the last 2 hours, we learned a family friend is who first reported Watts missing. Frederick police say they were asked to do a welfare check at the family's home when that family friend couldn't get a hold of her on Monday afternoon. Now, as the days and hours pass, neighbors are trying to stay hopeful. Hopeful Watts, who is 15 weeks pregnant, and her two little girls will come home safe.
We did admire them very much because they're a young family, and it's a beautiful thing to see these days. It just doesn't smell right to me. Something just doesn't add up to me, and it's just concerning very much.
Now, we're told that FBI agents have already interviewed the husband, Chris, but investigative sources tell us that they are not convinced that they're getting the whole story from the husband. But as Jacqueline mentioned, what Frederick police have stressed is that they need you, the public's help. If you see Watts or have any information about this case, you are asked to call Frederick police. For now, we're live in Frederick. I'm Jennifer Kovaleski for Denver 7.
Thank you, Jennifer. Our team is staying on top of the story as it develops. Make sure you're following the Denver channel on Twitter. We'll be posting updates throughout the evening.